Okay, let's dive into this. If you've been watching the online space, you really can't miss the boom in print on demand, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's huge.
Yeah.
People building actual businesses, selling T-shirts, mugs, all sorts of stuff without touching inventory.
Exactly. Massive market. And now AI is just throwing fuel on that fire, changing how creators operate, speeding things up like crazy.
It really is. AI gives solo creators tools, capabilities that were, frankly, unimaginable just a few years back.
Yeah.
Design, research, content, it's all getting faster.
And that's kind of the perfect storm, isn't it? The booming POD market meeting powerful AI tools.
Yeah.
Which brings us right here to this deep dive.
Right.
We've got this batch of source material here, described as excerpts about something called the POD Power Kit.
Yep, that's the name on the tin.
So our mission today, strictly based on what's in front of us, is to unpack it. What is this thing, according to the source? How does it supposedly work? What benefits does the material claim it offers?
Exactly. No outside info, just what these pages say.
Yeah.
We're basically mapping out the blueprint as described by the source itself, giving you the picture they paint.
Perfect. So let's jump right in. How does the source material actually describe this POD Power Kit? What's the core idea?
Well, they use the term mega bundle quite a bit, but the more evocative phrase is full-blown digital business in a box.
Business in a box. Okay, that's a strong statement.
It is. It suggests it's not just, a few templates. The source frames it as a complete system designed to get a print-on-demand business up and running, specifically for sellers.
And this is tied to just one platform, like only Etsy or...
No, definitely not. The material makes a point of its versatility. It lists Etsy, Amazon, Redbubble, Printify, the usual suspects in POD.
the big ones.
Yeah. And, interestingly, it also explicitly mentions KDP.
Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing for book.
Well, yeah, but increasingly for things like journals, planners, logbooks, low-content stuff that really fits that POD model. People design covers and interiors, upload, and Amazon prints on demand.
Ah, okay. So it's aiming broad physical products, digital designs for print, even low-content books. And the source uses this word, shortcut. That feels important.
Very central. It's repeatedly positioned as the ultimate shortcut. The idea is skipping a lot of the usual legwork, generating and launching profitable products fast.
Right, bypassing the brainstorming, maybe the design grind, the listing optimization, the stuff that takes time and, frankly, skill.
That's exactly the implication.
Yeah.
A way to get products out there without getting bogged down in every single step from scratch.
Okay, so the big picture is comprehensive business in a box, multi-platform, positioned as a significant shortcut. Sets the scene nicely. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. What does the source say is actually inside this box? What are the components?
Okay, so sources break down several key elements. A really big one seems to be what they call AI-optimized prompts.
AI prompts, okay, like for Midjourney, ChatGPT, those kinds of tools.
Exactly. The source mentions Midjourney, ChatGPT, DALL, Leonardo. And it stresses these aren't just random prompts. They're supposedly optimized specifically for POD designs.
Optimized. Interesting term. Does the source explain what that means? Like how they're optimized? Is it based on sales data or...
It doesn't really detail the how of the optimization itself, but reading between the lines, the idea seems to be that these prompts are built to give you usable results for POD products more reliably. Clear images, maybe certain styles, themes that sell well according to whoever made the kit.
So less guesswork for the user. Plug and play, ideally.
That seems to be the angle. Ready-to-go fuel for the AI image and text generators geared towards commercial products.
Got it. So optimized for effectiveness in POD, what else is in the kit besides prompts?
A lot of ready-made stuff, things like slogans.
Oh, okay, like actual phrases for shirts or mugs.
Exactly. And niche breakdowns, basically research done for you on profitable market areas. Plus, Canva mockup templates.
Canva templates are huge. Mockups are essential for showing products online.
Totally. And the source groups this kind of thing under the umbrella of done-for-you content. Stuff a seller would normally have to create themselves.
Done for you really hammers home that shortcut idea again, doesn't it?
It does.
Any specific examples of that done for you stuff mentioned?
Yeah, the material gets pretty concrete there. It talks about text-only design ideas, simple phrases maybe that are popular,
Right, you see those everywhere.
and ready-to-go slogans that fit specific niches. And, crucially, title tag templates.
Ah, for the product listings themselves. SEO stuff.
Precisely. Titles and tags are vital for getting found on Etsy, Amazon, So templates for those could save a lot of time and guesswork.
Okay, that makes sense. It's providing the words for the design and the words for the listing. Did the source give any numbers? Like, how much stuff are we talking about?
It did mention some figures. For the prompts, it says the core kit has 650 plus P.O.D. ready prompt sets.
Whoa, 650 plus SOT. That's a lot of starting points.
It's a substantial number, yeah.
Yeah.
Suggests a lot of variety, potentially.
And what about the niches? How many areas does it claim to cover?
The source says over 25 red-hot niches. And it uses words like lucrative, implying these were chosen for, well, their money-making potential.
Over 25 niches, trying to cover a lot of ground. Any examples given?
Yep, they listed things like pets, hobbies, local pride, like city or state stuff, humor, and mom life. Pretty standard, popular P.O.D. categories.
Okay, so a high volume of components, prompts, slogans, templates, listing, help focused on niches the source identifies as popular. Right, so we know what it is and what's inside, based on the material. How does the source explain how it actually works? And why do they claim it's so effective, especially that zero experience part?
So the way it's described, it's all about combining the kit's resources with other tools. The kit gives you the raw materials, right? The prompts for AI, the templates for Canva, the slogans, the listing tech.
The building blocks.
Exactly. The user takes these blocks and uses them with AI generators and design platforms, Canva is mentioned a lot, to actually create the final designs and mockups.
So the kit itself isn't like a software program. It's the input for the software.
That's the idea. It provides the content, the structure, the intelligence, maybe, and it use familiar tools to execute. And that ties into the zero experience claim you mentioned. That's a big selling point in the source material.
It's a very bold claim. How do they justify saying someone needs literally zero experience?
They seem to link it directly to the done-for-you stuff and the workflow. The source actually boils the process down to download, upload, and start selling. Super simple framing.
Download the kit assets, upload them to Canva or an AI tool, then upload the final product to Etsy or wherever.
That's the workflow presented. The idea is, by giving you the prompts, the templates, the listing text, it removes the need for you to be good at market research or graphic design or writing sales copy.
So it handles the conceptual and preparatory work.
Right. And another specific phrase they highlight is no design skills required, reinforcing that the templates and AI prompts handle the visuals.
Okay, so the source presents it as doing the heavy lifting up front. Ideation, framework, listing prep. Someone just executes the final steps. What about the underlying principle? Why does the source say this leads to fast, repeatable success?
Efficiency and structure seem to be the key themes there. It states everything is geared to get designs launched and listed fast.
Makes sense. Less time thinking, more time listing.
Exactly. Pre-researched niches mean you're not staring at a blank page wondering what sells. Prompts designed for specific output mean less fiddling with AI. Ready-made listing parts mean faster uploads. It aims to cut out the slow parts.
And the repeatable part, just using the same process for different niches or designs.
That seems likely. The structured prompts and templates would lend themselves to applying the same method again and again, just swapping out the niche or the specific slogan perhaps, standardizing the workflow.
Okay, standardize and accelerate. And it works with common tools people might already know, like Canva and the big AI names.
Yeah, that compatibility is definitely stressed as a benefit, leveraging accessible, popular platforms.
Right, that paints a clear picture of the mechanics according to the source. So let's zoom out a bit. What are the main overall benefits the material highlights? And who is this for? Who does the source say needs this?
Well, the benefits are really a summary of what we've discussed, but framed as the payoff. It's called an income-generating toolkit, a shortcut. The big promise is achieving serious income with minimal learning curve.
Minimal learning curve, zero experience.
Yeah.
Definitely targeting ease of entry.
Absolutely. Low barrier to entry, high potential outcome, that's the pitch. And the market reach is another angle.
Right, the 25 plus lucrative niches.
Yeah, the benefit being you don't have to research niches yourself. The source claims the kit does that work for you, putting you straight into areas with demand.
Okay. And what about, the legal side? Can people actually sell stuff made with this?
Good point. The source material is explicit about that. It says the kit includes commercial rights and resale-ready resources.
That's crucial.
Totally. It means, according to the source, you're allowed to sell the designs you create using these assets on your own stores. Without that, it's useless for business.
Non-negotiable, yeah. Okay, so who's the target audience then? The source seemed to list quite a few different types of people.
It's pretty broad, actually. They position it as valuable for different folks. First, Existing P.O.D. sellers on Etsy, Amazon, Redbubble, Printify, claiming it can help them massively boost their existing store.
So not just for beginners, it's for scaling too.
That's the claim, but it's also aimed right at new sellers, people wanting to start fast. Then it gets interesting. It includes prompt sellers and AI entrepreneurs.
People already in the AI space.
Yeah, and Canva designers and content creators too. Maybe they see it as a source of bulk ideas or structure.
Could be. Streamlining their own content creation, perhaps?
That seems plausible. The list goes on. Affiliate marketers, digital product flippers, KDP authors. There's that low-content book angle again. And even niche e-com store owners who might want to add a P.O.D. line to their existing store.
Wow, that's a wide net.
It really is. The source kind of sums it up forcefully at the end, saying if they sell digital or physical P.O.D. designs, they need this kit.
Okay, so very confident positioning from the source presented as almost essential for anyone selling designs online in this way.
Yeah, it tries to encompass pretty much anyone touching the P.O.D. model, physically or digitally.
Now, we've mostly talked about this core P.O.D. power kit, but the source materials seem to hint there might be more, like add-ons or expansions. Can you touch on what the source describes there just briefly without the sales details?
Sure. So, based on the excerpts, getting the main kit seems to potentially unlock access to other resources. These are framed as ways to, scale up further.
Okay, like what sort of things?
Things like access to more niche packs, beyond the initial 25-plus Melchoy, a bigger library of templates, a larger template vault is mentioned, and even some kind of ongoing content option, like getting new prompts, new slogans, maybe market trend reports regularly.
Ah, so a way to keep the resources growing or updated over time.
That's how it's presented, yeah. The core kit is the foundation, and then there are these potential further tiers or options described for users who want to expand their toolkit or stay current.
Got it. A potential path for growth built around the initial package. Okay, I think we've thoroughly unpacked these source excerpts on the P.O.D. Power Kit.
Seems like it.
So just to recap quickly based on this material, it's presented as this mega bundle, a digital business in a box for print on demand. Key idea is it's a shortcut.
Filled with things like AI-optimized prompts, slogans, niche research, Canva templates, done-for-you content.
Right. Designed for Etsy, Amazon, Redbubble, Printify, even KDP. And the big claims, zero experience, no design skills required.
Built for fast, repeatable success, aiming to give users all the bits they need to get products listed quickly.
And aimed at a huge range of people, beginners, existing sellers, AI folks, designers, KDP authors, pretty much anyone in the online design selling game.
And don't forget the emphasis on commercial rights and covering those lucrative niches. Speed, ease, potential income, that's the core message from the source.
So thinking about you, listening in right now, if you are involved in P.O.D. or maybe just curious about using AI for creative business ideas, what parts of this description from the source material we looked at stand out to you?
Yeah, does that whole digital business in a box concept appeal to how you like to work? Or does the idea of having ready-made prompts, slogans, listing templates, does that feel like it would genuinely speed things up for you compared to doing it all from scratch?
It's interesting to think about how these packaged solutions fit into different workflows, isn't it?
Definitely.
Okay, so to wrap this deep dive, the P.O.D. Power Kit, as shown in these excerpts, comes across as a very comprehensive toolkit. It leverages AI, provides a ton of pre-made assets, and aims to drastically simplify creating and selling P.O.D. products across many niches and platforms. Big focus on accessibility for everyone, regardless of experience.
And maybe leaves us with a bigger question to chew on. What does the rise of tools like this, these AI-heavy, ready-made framework-type solutions, mean for online business, especially for the solo creator or the small startup? How might these business-in-a-box kits powered by AI change the game for online entrepreneurship going